I think we have a lot of people coming in there now. So good afternoon, everybody, and you are very welcome to our first session of our Communications Month with Waterford Chamber and Waterford Chamber SkillNet. We're also joined today by participants in the Regional Leaders Programme. So it's great to get everybody together on what I think is going to be a really fascinating and important topic on digital marketing. So obviously Communications Month is all about promoting your business and how to market yourself properly. We're delighted to be joined by Hidai Degani today, who is a mentor on our Regional Leaders Programme and has given a number of sessions on the programme over the last couple of years in this space and others. So I know it's going to be a really engaging session for everybody, and you're going to get some really practical hints and tips along the way. We have 3 more sessions coming up as part of our Communications Month, and again, anybody is more than welcome to join those. They're all free with thanks to Waterford Chamber SkillNet. So next week we have Smart Creatives with Google Garage. The following week we have Drive Online Sales, also with Google, and the final session of our Communications Month is actually with me on Meet the Media, where we will give some advice on how to connect with the local media and promote your business. And we'll also have a lot of members of the local media, one from each media outlet, on the call giving their advice as well. So plenty going on this month. Keep an eye on our social media, of course, where we will be promoting everything. And I suppose that's kind of it from me. I'm going to hand over to the expert on digital marketing now. For anybody that's enjoying the session, you can actually engage with us on social media. We're on Facebook at Waterford Chamber, Twitter at Waterford CC, we're on LinkedIn, and we're also on Instagram, and I know Hidai is the same. So feel free to engage with us, and I hope you enjoy the session. Hidai, over to you.
All right, thanks for that, Linda. And hi, everybody. Again, happy to keep your faces on. It would be nice, but you don't have to. We'll talk today about digital marketing, and the thing is, again, it's everything about with digital is a big buzzword these days. What we're trying to do today is break it down for you in the best way possible. So again, strategically, you can look at it and say, okay, which are of those channels? Facebook, Google Ads, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, websites. Try to make some order in all of those elements and give you the best concepts and some practical tips on how to look at it from depending on which business you are on, how to look at it and make it work for your business, because all we're trying to achieve is achieve your business goals. Digital is supporting those goals, and it's all about how to look at it and what's relevant, what's a priority, and what's maybe not relevant, and maybe not a priority. There's usually quite a lot of challenges in that space. That's what I'm trying to do today. I will share my screen with a presentation, but also jump off it, still share the screen, but share some examples of live elements. There will be questions, elements or places to stop and ask questions. If you have a question on the spot, don't be shy, unmute yourself, ask it. Now we'll either answer it on the spot or later on. I'll tell you it's coming soon during the session. We have plenty to show you in 90 minutes. I'll do my best, and also it will depend on what there's more interest or less interest, but I'll try to cover as much as I can today. It is recorded, so you can watch it later on again. If you missed it, people can watch it later as well. So I will start sharing my screen, okay, and we'll let's crack on. All right. Yeah, that's the chat box. True. You can also ask stuff in the chat. I can see it and try to respond to that as well. So I'll start sharing my screen now. Let me know if you see the presentation.
Yep, that's there now, Hidai. Thanks.
All right. So very open. So what, how, and how? All the questions you can ask about digital marketing in general. And that. So first, why should you listen to someone with a funny name and a funny accent? So a little bit about myself quickly. I've been around. My funny name is pronounced Hidai. It's like he died, but I'm still alive. That's the best way to explain that, really. It's a strange name in Israel as well, where I'm coming from originally. But I left Israel 12 plus years ago and did a few relocations, 5 relocations exactly. So we lived and worked in Gibraltar and London, Berlin, Malta, and then got to Ireland, Galway first on the west. Later on moved to Dublin, based in Dunleary currently, and almost going to be 4 years in Ireland, actually. So I'm getting more Irish, I think, gradually, trying to be as much as I can. All those relocations, we're working with different companies and industries, e-commerce, e-gaming, fintech, loyalty, etc., doing different roles in user experience, customer experience, digital marketing, commercial roles, etc., and different size of companies, small startups, scale-ups, and multinationals. When we got to Ireland with my wife and 2 kids, 2 things happened. One is we loved Ireland too much, so we agreed, great place to stay. Let's stay here actually and not move again for now. And the other thing was, even though I enjoyed working as a full-time employee, I really wanted to actually work with more people and be able to open my own business. So I joined my wife, Orly, she's my much better half, and we opened the business together as a consultancy business, trying to help people really understand and leverage digital, customer experience, and multiculturalism, which is basically everything we've been doing, and try to provide support in that sense. What we do is provide consulting, training, speaking, mentoring, board advisory, anyway, basically, except full-time positions. Not doing that anymore. As part of it, I have the pleasure of working with, like Linda mentioned, Waterford Chamber and other bodies in general, like UCD and the local enterprise office. I'll be working with them for a while. That's really what I'm doing. Yeah, that's it. Basically, too much about that. Let's talk about digital. One of the things, or maybe the misconceptions that I come across quite a lot, is that people think digital is very, very different. Like the world is here and the way we do business is here, and then digital comes in and everything is a whole different world. Actually, it's not. It's all about ultimately the same fundamentals of trade and business and commercialism, commercial business that we know. It's all about connecting eventually business and people. People buy from people, people do business with people. It's not going to change, it's not, never did change, and nothing changed that really. So the tech is only an enabler. All the fancy tech and everything, it's only to enable people doing business together. If you think about that, that makes maybe think a bit less intimidating or overwhelming. Because if you do business in any way of standing in the market or selling to people or talking to people, all of it can and should be continuing online. So digital marketing just helps you do that, but it's not a very different thing. Okay, so that's one concept to put you at ease. The second thing is, okay, where do we start? Many companies say, yeah, I need to do digital. I've heard I need to do a lot more on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, but don't know anything about it. That's my business. I'm only doing my business. I don't know anything else. So the good news is, again, it's all connected to the business goals. So people sometimes ask me, what should we do digitally? I say, I don't know. Tell me about your business. What do you want to achieve in your business? It's the first question before we do anything with anyone. So first of all, it's understanding your current state analysis. Where are you in your business? And break it down a bit further. Is your business, what's your goals? Are you just building out, just starting, you have an idea? You want to promote it further? You want to grow the business profitably, usually? Do you want to expand to a new market? You want to launch a new product? What's going on, generally? And who are the people you have in your team? You have a full department of marketing and digital marketing? Do you have an agency? It's only you and your cousin, only you and your partner, only you and yourself? What can you do? What can those people do? Capabilities, knowledge, skills? What's your currently, where are you, and where do you want to be? Processes, who's doing what in the business, what's happening? Before you get that, it's very tough to get going because you might go and do cool things, but you're not going to get results on cool things. It has to be directly connected and supporting your goals. If it's not supporting your business goals, don't do it, don't touch it. Straight away, it's not relevant. Okay, so that's one thing. Once you figure that out, okay, don't try to attack everything. You cannot do Facebook, Twitter, Google Ads, Facebook, new website all tomorrow morning, all next month. You're going to collapse. And not all of them you shouldn't be doing all of it anyway. It's about priorities and the requirements that you need as a plan. Again, tightly connected to your business goals. Let's say, okay, I see a great opportunity with Google Ads. I start the website, need to improve that. And we'll talk about all those elements through the time. But you cannot attack them all. It's about prioritize and focus and say who's doing what and start doing things. And then not monstrous 5 years project, digital transformation, which is about what I don't like to use. Most companies I met did not need any transformation, just adaptation. It's really just adapting and making changes, small changes here and there, start getting results, start learning, start getting comfortable with digital, start believing it more, and then do more and more and more. So I much prefer and recommend small steps, quick small steps than a big big, massive, ginormous, endless projects. Much easier to do, a much higher chance of success. Okay, that's kind of how to go about it. Another fundamental concept, I'll start with a few concepts, later on we'll break it down a bit further, but they are important to position what we're talking about here. Every business has customer. People talk about customer experience a lot. The most basic level, what is customer experience? Why it's important? Because every business has a customer and we provide them an experience. It's as simple as that. So when we look at stuff, we don't look only at digital marketing. Like, let's look at Google ads. Nothing works in a vacuum. All things are related. Your emails and the website and the ads and Facebook and Twitter, people might see a lot of it or a few touch points along the journey. Based on their experience, they will decide if you're a good company or a good person to work with or not. Based on a few seconds, maybe on their mobile, probably. So we got to remember that everything is the customer experience. We always need to remember there's a whole experience and we are being judged on it. To break it down a bit further, this is the shop. When you talk to customers, this is one holistic shop or brand or company. They don't care what's happening inside. That the dog ate my homework, no one gives a damn, right? If you have a collapse or a couple, or even COVID, if you happen everything, it's all relevant reasons maybe, but your customers don't really care about that. If something is broken, if you don't reply to emails, if it's trying to call and no one rings, if you told them something's not happening, it's not happening, if the order is not coming, some kind of issue, they don't care about those things. They will judge you based on only what they know. They don't know, and they shouldn't know, they shouldn't care about what's going on behind the walls. In marketing, you talk to customer service, don't forget the order. You care about it, they don't. It's something to really bear in mind. Sometimes the company is working very, very hard, spending a lot of money, get new customers in, but then provide them a terrible experience, meaning they're just going to go away upset, and tell others this is a terrible company, don't even deal with it. So it can backfire, actually. So that's another concept to bear in mind. And think about yourself, how you judge companies, that's what you do, right? You don't really care, maybe they're very, very busy. I don't care, where's my order? No response to me, cancel, refund. I'm just saying, never buy from this company again. Okay. And another element in that is digital presence, which is tightly related to digital marketing. In a very simple explanation, what is it? Is everything, when they Google you, what do they see? Right? That's something which we sometimes, it's on a human level, personal, individual level, but also as a company level. Many times people, before meeting you, will Google you. Before dealing with a company, will Google the company, see what comes up. And it's sometimes something we forget to do or don't do a lot. Because it's probably grand, it's okay. I haven't seen it, it's okay. And then what you really want to do is not thinking it's all grand, it's probably fine, and think you're aligned, even though you might not be. You actually want to look, honest look, Google that and see what really comes up. So it's a good exercise, not crazy. Google yourself is actually quite recommended. Once you want to see what really comes up, you might be surprised. Most people are surprised if they haven't done it in a while and see, all right, I might actually need to, oh, those links actually still there, okay, I might need to update them or try to remove them, or things like that. As a quick example, I'll Google myself here. Google my name, very rare name. Some people have John Smith, you find more people. But what you usually see is, again, remember that LinkedIn, 95% LinkedIn is going to be the first thing that you see, regardless if the profile is good or bad, by the way, which we'll see later. So LinkedIn, if you're going to meet someone, there's very good chance they Google you. LinkedIn, see, they click that and see whatever they see, they're going to base their first impression based on that. Everything after that is not first impression. In your company, probably, another thing here, which we'll mention later on, that's called Google My Business. If your company does not have that, that's highly, 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 highly recommended, free, open for any company. See a bit about yourself and Google reviews and a few things, free to use from Google and very, very, very recommended to do. And then you might find any images from different events, and you might find Twitter and an event, and actually Regional Leaders Program. Well done, good SEO for that. So because I'm there, actually, that's a new thing that recently became this website is new. And any other thing. So it's good to check what's it's okay, that's an event, fine. So there's nothing alarming in my honesty here, but you should probably check and see if there's any, it changes once in a while depending on activities you do and links that added on internet. Okay. A good thing to check. And after that, related to customer experience, people talk about branding, and companies spend fortunes sometimes building a brand. But again, the brand is really tightly related to the customer experience. When we build our brand, and it's true, each one of us has its own, we have our own brand. And as a company or company we represent, oh, it's our company, we are the face of the company in any interaction we do with the world. What does it mean? Every one of those elements, the website, the search, social media, any emails, even emails exchange with companies, any flyers we have, even physical stuff, flyers, newsletter, anything that is there is representing ourselves. And because of that, it needs to be a few things: professional, up to date, and aligned. For example, if you have a Twitter account which has been not active since 5 years ago, you either make it update it or kill it. But whatever they see online, they will have a look, click on it, or they could, you assume they would, and take an opinion based on that. So whatever they see out there, when they Google you, needs to be at least good enough. And if not, you might say, you know what, don't want it anymore, maybe make it either private, no one sees it really, or just delete it if you don't use it, or just update it, at least the bare minimum that doesn't look bad. But whatever they see, there will be the thing they judge you on. And I know many people, many of us are used to, okay, no one really checks it, no one really Googles you. People know me around, they're going to go on Waterford and talk to people and they know me. More and more and more, people will check you up online before they even get a chance to meet them. So you might be a fantastic person and a genius, but if they Google you, what they see is not good, you might not even give it any opportunity to show them who you really are. Okay, and that's a fundamental change that happened and still happening more and more, especially after COVID. People couldn't meet. People only did Zoom calls anyway. So you probably Google the person and before you even decided to go on a virtual coffee. Okay. Stop for question. I'll do that a few times. I'll stop that quickly. Any questions so far on the conceptual kind of level of things? Any question makes sense, doesn't make sense? No? All right. Usually it's not coming, questions usually come later, so okay. So I'll take it as carry on for now. I'll take it as agreement, all right? Cool. I see something in the chat. Makes sense. Okay, thanks, Monica. I'll take that. That's good. All right, let's continue then. Right, I'll go a bit deeper. Another chat there. Yeah. Paula, thanks, Paula. Thumbs up. I'll take thumbs up also. All right, let's dive a bit deeper. Digital marketing and the website, they go hand in hand very, very clearly because it's a destination and a way to get people there. For example, I like to use analogy from the real world, because ultimately I don't believe it's really complicated in a way that it's not rocket science. I mean, you need to understand it, but it's not the analogy from the world, or the real world always works. I mean, we've been doing trading and commerce for thousands of years. Digital has been around only for 100-ish, but the fundamentals are the same. It's really, they will go well together. So for example, fish and chips. So simple concept. What you need to do, you need two things, right? You need the fish and chips store to be a good shop, organized, tidy, good service, good food, and that. Let's say you have an amazing shop, but no one comes in, empty shop, not good business. Now, what about the opposite? As you have someone, you paid someone to do your marketing, going up and down the street saying fish and chips, fish and chips, fish and chips. People come to the store, terrible shop. Food is all dirty, no one is there, terrible, right? Well, what you need is both. A good destination, a website, digitally, want people to on a website, and you need good digital marketing to catch the right people, send them there, make them find what they want, buy fish and chips, say it's great, give you a review, come back again, tell their friends. It's the same concept. We need both elements to work well. If one of them is not working well, we're going to have an issue. Okay. And one of the biggest challenges is to reach new people. Many people say, yeah, but I know people. I'm just going to talk to people I know all the time. And they know me already, so I'm going to do business. That's absolutely fine. Keep on doing it. That's great opportunities. But most businesses, long-term, cannot rely on only someone they know. Only people they know, because it's usually a limited pool of people, eventually being exhausted. And the main challenge we're trying to achieve is, how do we convince a stranger to do business with us? Meaning they have no clue what we do, don't know who we are, and we take it from this point all the way to becoming a customer. Of course, not all of them will do, only a small portion will. But our challenge is trying to get us talk to a stranger who doesn't know anything and make them a customer. That's a challenge of marketing. Okay. And what we need to look at is also, we don't need all of them. Who is the customer? All of them. Anyone can be a customer. Not really. It's about quality, not quantity. For example, some companies only need one client. Some companies serve one big client and that's it, or two or three, and that's all they need. You don't need 50 or 1,000 or whatever, but every business is very much different, from one all the way to thousands and millions of customers. Sometimes you need one. I found one. In marriage, you need to find one. You might have more later on, but that's one and that's it. I can, she's still with me, luckily. Don't know how, but you need one and stick to it, and that's it. Keep retention, and that's all it is. So it's about quality, not quantity. You need to find the right people who will become the right customers for you. It's not everybody. Everybody is nobody. All right, that's another challenge to think about. To try to get the marketing to find the right people and send away the wrong people. That's actually okay. It's a good thing for you to let people which are not right for you to go and marry other people. Okay, we don't marry anyone. Okay. Okay. Complicated slide. Bear with me. It's the most charty one. So let's have a look at that, and we'll break it down later on. But don't be afraid. When you look, there's many channels of marketing. Okay, but they are very different. They're not good and bad. They're not right and wrong. They're different, and they do different things. We're going to break it down, the main ones of them, and to try to understand them a bit better. The way to look at it, this chart is kind of nice, is the customer looking for something, like actively looking for a product? Those will be here. In this chart here, they're not looking for a product, just browsing around. On that axis, we have any random person can be a customer for me. And here we have some pretty specific people that I'm targeting. Okay. Now we'll see how the channels fall on the chart. Here we have Google. The biggest search destination on the planet is Google. People go and search, I want that. How to, I want that. Dublin consultants, Waterford, a pharma company. They search something in Google, and then whatever they see, they go from there. We'll see it later. They can search very specific search. You can go from Google is here because it can be all the way from very generic, like Ireland, something. Oh, I want a Waterford company specializing in diapers manufacturing. Okay, it could be as clear, or even the name of the person you want. Jim in this company, Jim O'Callaghan there. Okay, so your search can be very wide or very clear, but you're searching. You have an intent, trying to find something, and that's in that space. So Google will be there, and SEO, search engine optimization, will be here, and Google SEM, the ads. Google ads and search, normal search and paid search are both here, the same area. Okay. Now, if you go down here, customers, people are not searching for stuff. There's other elements. So, for example, Google Display, we'll show it to you later. Display, you go on the Independent and Irish Times, and you see those banners on the sites. You're not looking for ads. You're just trying to read the newspaper or the news or whatever you consume content, read something, but you still see ads coming at you. You're not looking for them, but they come at you. And it's quite broad. It's not too much targeted there. So it's going for random people. So many people are exposed to those banners, not that targeted. Okay. In a way, it's close to TV and radio in a way of billboards. That's the equivalent on the offline world in that space. Okay. As we go, move more here, more niche. Facebook and Instagram. Again, you're not going to Facebook and Instagram to search for service providers, but you just come to look at cats and dogs and videos and funny stuff, and then you see ads coming at you, right? You're not planning to see them, but they come. And that can be, again, can be very broad, but usually it's more targeted. It can be super targeted. We'll talk about it later. Companies say, show it to Hidai because Hidai is interested in Arsenal and football and music, showing that. There's in Dunleary, showing that ad now. So it can be super targeted, more than anything else actually, but it doesn't have to be. So Facebook can stretch all the way up to here, super targeted. LinkedIn is much more targeted. Okay, LinkedIn, you are on LinkedIn with some intent also a little bit, so it's more here, slightly more intent than just on Facebook and Instagram. But more importantly, it's kind of very specific. You can find specific people on LinkedIn, we'll see it later, and do business with them. You can target the company, the person, and go with them. And we can also have calling an email, which is targeted. You target a specific person, trying to reach them specifically. Okay, so generally speaking, there's kind of one way of looking at the different channels, and they're different. All right, and we'll break each one of them down through the session. that's why, because the channels are different, you not necessarily need to every channel specifically say working, not working. You look at every channel, but also look at the entire piece of cake, the cake as a whole, and not only at the pieces of cake. Because you might be a mix. In many cases, it will be a mix of Google and Facebook and LinkedIn. So all in all, they support each other. You probably want, in most cases, a mix of reaching out to people and catching them on Google, but also reaching out to them on Facebook or LinkedIn. So usually it's a mix. You want to look at the whole thing, see, is that working for me? How much am I investing in that? And is it working for me on the bottom line? We'll get back to the end of the session about the money side of it as well. But it's important because one of the mistakes that people say, trying to do Facebook, for example, which is reaching out to people, but it's tough to convert them straight away. I said that's not working for us. We see them all converted from Google Ads or search, but there's a relation. They might have seen you on Facebook, to later on go to Google, search for you, to later on leave you, and then go direct, type your URLs because the browser will remember them. So we don't really know where people go, but they might go even 5 times back and forth until they actually convert to a customer. So maybe multiple channels contributed for that sale. And we know it to some extent, so that we don't know the full picture. So it's sometimes tricky to look at only one of them and judge it on its own. It may be a false view, and you might get the wrong conclusions of killing Facebook, even though it's actually working for you on the whole. That's something to bear in mind. Look at all the channels together when you make decisions as well. Okay, it's kind of a common tricky thing there. The other thing is the funnel, our friend or enemy, which is a very brutal way, but that's how it works. So what does it mean? Many people will be aware of us. We might reach thousands of people. That's fine. Not all of them will become customers. In fact, very few. Then we start losing people. Every step of the way, only a proportion of them, a lot less. We're talking roughly 1 to 10% will even care to visit the website. Out of them, and only roughly the same amount of percent will actually bother to look at products. Many of them will just walk away. Only some of them will put it in the cart or talk to us if it's a service. Service and products are the same concept. And only some of them will actually become customers. Now, it can be frustrating sometimes to look at those numbers and shrink, but it's a fact of life. There's no way to avoid the funnel. The funnel is a fact. So what you want to do is actually reverse engineer that. If you say, let's say, we'll talk soon on how many customers do you need. If you say, I need 5 customers, you can't reach 5 people. No chance 5 will become 5. You probably need to reach, okay, we're to reach 5. Maybe I need to get 50 on the site and 500 to reach, using 10% as the rate of conversion between the steps as an example. So even quickly from 5, we get to 500 very quickly. It might be even thousands to convert some of it, but you need to be aware of it. Many times people say, yeah, I reach people on Facebook, like I reached like 10 people, I'm probably going to get like 7 customers. Probably not. So if you have missed wrong expectations, you will be disappointed. So understanding the funnel of your business is very important. So actually you can plan activities and not be disappointed by the results of that. That's happening quite often. All right, so we need to embrace the funnel. It is what it is. We're trying to optimize the funnel. Absolutely, make every step here, the website and the marketing as good as we can. So we capture and we move on to the next step in the funnel as many as we can. But as a fact, it will never be all of them. It's only a portion of them by definition. And that's something we just need to accept. Okay? So that's the funnel, our enemy, but also a friend, actually. Questions on that part? The concepts of that. Agree, disagree, never heard of it multiple times. Yes, no, examples. All right? Agree. Jim, thanks. All right. All right, that's good.
It looks good, Heather. Hi, Paula here. I like the funnel, and I'm a big fan of using the funnel. I think as well, it might be possible to add a little bit at the bottom after people buy from you. It's when they buy again, and then when they tell other people to buy again as well. They're important things to look for too, aren't they?
You're absolutely right. That's the CRM. I didn't get into it in this presentation. There's plenty. You're right. The other version showing people come back again and recommend. Absolutely. It's not going to be the focus of the session here. It's more of a catching, but absolutely right. That is a very good outcome of the funnel at the lower end. Absolutely good. Okay, thanks, Paula. Okay, we carry on then. Now let's start looking at specific channels and quickly. Again, just in general, understand them enough for you to know relevant or not relevant, not how to use them. That's not for this session, but in general, understand the basic concepts of each one of them, what you can and cannot do with them. We'll start with LinkedIn. A really misunderstood, underutilized platform, big time, everywhere in the world, Ireland included. However, a big recommendation, use LinkedIn more. It's really powerful, more than most people think. I'm going to quickly talk about that, even though that's a whole session on its own. Each one of them is the whole session on its own, on their own. More than 810 people on LinkedIn, million people there, growing every second. I'll show you in a second. 2 other countries, 2 million people in Ireland, growing all the time. Every time we show this slide, it's more and more. It's exploding with activity, especially after COVID. It's very powerful. Why? Let's see. Because actually LinkedIn can do more than you think. It can do more, and more than any other platform. LinkedIn can do that. Okay, it's actually your website and portfolio. If you want to talk to me, I'll share you, give you my LinkedIn profile. I don't need you on my website, just on LinkedIn. That's all I need. Everything you need to know about me is there. That's enough. It's your portfolio. It's everything you can show for yourself and for your company. You can show it there for free. Everything I'm telling you here is free. It can be your CV, business card. It's replacing practically CV is a business card and very much more effective. It's your CRM, customer relationship management tool, and networking. Already had a session about it with Linda here. Not going to talk about it again, but it's a massive tool for anything you want to achieve in your career, in the company, as a business owner, as an employee. Fantastic tool. Everything I achieved in my career, all the relocations, everything is LinkedIn. It's a very powerful tool on that, more than any other tool I've ever seen. Business development and sales hand in hand. All the activities are moving there. The emails go to spam most of the times. The phone doesn't ring. LinkedIn. Then later on, you might send an email or call people that are not really there. But most of the activity is on LinkedIn. It's a very powerful place to do business. So again, whatever you do, highly recommend to look at that as well. And content and branding, and that's an interesting one. LinkedIn is probably the last place we can actually get a lot of content and reach for free. I want to show you, for example, in a second. You can reach thousands of people for free, which is not possible anymore in any other platform. But for now, LinkedIn can still do it. Later on in the future, it might not, but currently it is. And you can build your branding of your own as a person and also for your company on LinkedIn very strongly. The main thing to it, which makes it slightly tricky and sometimes stops people using it, is that the profile is the base for everything. The profile is the base. It's the hardest thing to do, but without a good profile, this will not work. Because everything on top of it, application, messages, connections, content is based on your profile. Because again, the destination is the profile. If someone goes to a profile and doesn't like what they see, that's it. So all the nice posture and everything is a waste. Same thing with like the website, it's your destination. So you gotta invest in your profile and then leverage that to all the cool things you can do. Now I'll show you quickly. That's the last content. I'll show you quickly on LinkedIn how it works. This is one thing people say, okay, but why would I use LinkedIn? I don't like it. I don't like to connect to strangers. I just like to people I know. Again, people you know is nice, but it's a very limited pool. LinkedIn is all about meeting strangers. And yes, do connect to someone you don't know. I'm asking you this question. Let's just say go to an event. Someone tells you, hey, this is my card. Would you tell them, no, stranger, go away, you crazy freak, leave me alone? Of course not, right? You take the card and do whatever you want. The card might go to the bin. The card might be on your desk. The card might be there for later, but you can take the card and that's it. So connections on LinkedIn, that's all they are. You don't promise anything. You open the door for everything. Really, everything almost I've achieved in my career is LinkedIn. And some connections, some chat, some Zoom call, and then some business. So you open the door, you're not committing anything. So I'm kind of encouraging you to push you a little bit. Don't say, why should I connect? Say, why not? Why not? What do you have to lose? They will pitch you something. Fine, you can pitch to them. So just saying that, again, it's a big discussion. But I want to show a little bit how it works before we take questions. I want to show a little bit of the platform quickly. There. Oh, people ask. Oh, Paula already. Paula, very quick there. Thank you. Well done, Paula. Great stuff. Profile, very quickly. My profile is the one which I invested quite a lot in it. I do recommend, I put the profile, you can steal anything you want from it. Invest in a profile to make it look good. Banner, image, headline, can talk a lot about what you do straight away. People see the impression, they get you. You can do everything about yourself. They're about everything you want to know about you. If you read that, you know everything you need to know about me, really, close to it. You can feature stuff, make it very, very visible. People know what's happening. Again, it's almost like a website. You can reach many people. I have 10,000 people I'm connected to over the years, of course, but there's no limit to that. More and more and more all the time. All your experience, what you do is a company, if it's your own company, different company, plenty, and images, make it visible, all of the cool stuff. They make it look very, very powerful. And all of those elements, and in the end, recommendations, that's how you judge quickly a profile. So it takes time, a bit of time to work on it. I highly, highly recommend to work on it. At the very least, the basic elements there. Feel free to copy from mine anything you want. Good to do. Then what you can start using it for. For example, you can find and target people very powerfully. Okay, for example, that's the result of a search of CEOs in Ireland. A few clicks, all the CEOs in Ireland at my fingertips. 11,000 people at my fingertips. Anyone here can quickly open the profile, have a look, connect. When I came to Ireland, that's what I've done. Connect people. Now I know quite a lot of people in country which I was totally new to. So very powerful. You can reach all of those. Quickly show how to do it. Quickly. When you reset, this is people on LinkedIn. Don't believe me. 814 million on LinkedIn. Start breaking down. Ireland, 2 million. And then you go filters to CEO. It's one tip. Do that, CEO, or anything else you want. Boom. Fingertips. 3 clicks. Anyone you want, can be procurement, can be director of something, whatever you want. Boom. Start targeting them and connect to them and do business. Okay. It's one thing. Now I show the power of the connections of the post. Oh, it's refreshed. Sorry. I want to show you those opportunities to connect, use for content. You can post content. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. When you do that, this is the only platform that's me being chairman of the board in a school. Never mind. That's my best post ever. 5,000 people viewed this post for free. There is no other platform I can use, can get so many people, relevant people, to see that for free. It's because of engagement. If people are engaging, if it's interesting, if the content is good, if you get that, it will be seen. If there's no engagement, crap content, it won't be seen. Let me show you the opposite example. That's my wife sharing our own company post on Christmas. Funny message on Christmas when COVID was there. It was a bit crap. So on the Christmas tree, that's all we had. We survived 2020. Okay, it was a bit crap. So it was a nice post from the company, and she shared it with a bit of addition. Tip: never share without adding anything. Don't share without adding anything. It's terrible. Never share without adding something meaningful. And I'll show you what happened if you don't. So she shared that. She got like lots of engagement, the comments, blah, 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 Merry Christmas, all of that. 2,000 people have seen that. Cool. I tried to do the same. It was terrible. It was terrible post. I had nothing to write. I should have left it. I was stupid. I forced it, and I even admitted probably the shortest post ever, disaster. So I have 10,000 connections, right? That's what I got. Wah, wah, wah. 2 likes. No one has seen this crap. This was crap. So again, it's quality, not quantity. And that's true to anything we're going to talk about later on. It's not about being there or posting. It's about doing quality. If nothing to say, don't say. Leave it. So don't force it. It's not going to work. That's true not only LinkedIn, but to anything we talk later on. Content is king. Good quality content is more important than how much content you're actually doing. Okay, that's all on LinkedIn, which is a huge topic and a big favorite. But that's it for now. Questions on LinkedIn? Believe it, don't believe it, don't want to use it, think it's crap. Should I convince you more? It's the tip of the iceberg, but still. Any questions, any thoughts, disagreements? Great, so I assume you agree, you're going to use LinkedIn, build your profile, connect to people, send them messages, and if you want, post stuff. You can also like and comment and all of that, easier than even posting. Great, good luck, do that. It's very, very powerful. We've not seen anyone who's done more work on LinkedIn, don't get results, really. It's a really, really, really underused platform. It's a good place to be. Yes, in future. Yeah, Monica, excellent. You can connect people here. Actually, in fact, I will let you 2 things. This is my profile, not only to connect. You're happy to connect with anybody. I will not connect with you. That's not for me because it's a bit aggressive here. But I'll connect with anyone who wants, and you can steal my profile anything you want. So feel free. So let me put it here. To all of you, feel free to look, connect if you want or not. absolutely fine. Do it whatever you want. Okay. And same here. If you know people here in the call, Paula, Jer, Jim, can connect to each other. Really recommended. Why not? I do that when I'm participating, not when I'm talking. I can check all the names. Anyone with a video on, look for them and connect with them. Anyway, that's a whole different discussion. Moving on from LinkedIn, next one. Is a total waste question of Paula. Is it total waste of time to share a post then without commenting on LinkedIn? Share without nothing, yes, it is. Only sharing, because when you share, you start a totally new conversation, not even connected to the original one. If you don't have anything meaningful to add, don't. Just like and comment. Comment is better. You can comment on post. Just comment.
And is that because of the algorithm? I can never say it. The
algorithm, yes, yes. Because when you share a post on LinkedIn, you're starting a whole new conversation, which is not connected at all to the original one. So you lose all of it. I'll show you again here. Let me show here. So that conversation, this post, here, that post, all this post was nice. Here, good conversation. So I commented here. That's a conversation. When I shared mine, I created a new one, unrelated at all the other stuff. No one has seen that. It's totally a new conversation, which I'm doing with myself here. What I should have done is just comment and leave it. My sharing was useless. I should have just comment and let it go. Comment is very good. People see comments on the feed. So if you don't have anything meaningful to add, at least something like that, ideally more, just comment, like and comment. That's all. Don't share. Okay, that's a good trick. Remember that. So connect to people and don't do share like that. Like and comments and connect the message people and invest in your profile. All right, that's the main thing. Cool, thanks. Good question, Paulo. Next one. Website. Key thing, your website. Do something cool. That's something you can build and create for yourself or your own company. The main thing about the website, again, what people ask me, is it a good website? So I don't know what you want to do. Tell me about your business. What's the goal? What's the goal of the website? What do I mean? Some websites in our business, our website does not convert people, meaning I'm not spending money and to send people to my website, hoping they will convert to customers. As a consultancy company, that's not the way we work. We talk to people more using LinkedIn a lot, for example, have conversations, and then they might see the website at some point. So our website is supporting our business, not the main conversion machine. People don't buy on the website. They don't. They see the website is good enough. It needs to be improved. Always. A new one is in progress. But it's not the main thing. It's really supporting. So we do the business in different other places where we actually convert people from LinkedIn to chat, for example. That's how, as consultancy, how we work. Other business, if you're an e-commerce website, your website needs to get people on and they need to buy your products on the site. So the goal of the website is to convert people and make them buy and pay on the site. That's not the same thing. So first of all, is understand where is the website in your journey of sales. What's the call to action? What want people to do following the site? Is only contact you or actually buy or maybe both? So it's important to define that because that will dictate how you build it and how you do it and how important is it to do. That's number one. Then any website, that's something which is very confusing to many people, I think. Website is not different than conversation. In fact, the website is trying to be as close as possible to a conversation you do with your customers. If Paula speaks to someone, hey, Paula, how are you doing? Nice to meet you. Tell me about yourself. Tell me what you do. So then Paula opens them out and then something comes out, which is something actually very good because this is the best version of us and the most updated pitch we have is us talking, automatically updated. Hey, I'm Paula, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Yes, we're done. Yeah, I've been working with that. Even what I told you when I started the conversation, that's my kind of version of a pitch, which I told you. When you go to the website, you'll see a very similar version, and my LinkedIn is a similar version of that. It should be the same thing as close as possible. Because it's really a conversation just online. It should be the same thing or close to it, just online. Not a very different version of, oh, let's reinvent the wheel because it's a website. So let's put all these images and stuff which is we're not there. No need to. And the other concept I'm trying to use is, for me, there's three questions we're trying to answer. When you look at the website, there's three things you're trying to get very quickly, usually on a mobile device in a few seconds. And I like to call them those things. What is it? First of all, what is it? Consultancy, chamber, e-commerce website selling toys. What is it? Very quickly you need to understand where did I land? And make sure it's what you wanted to find. If not, you walk away straight away. Second question, does it work, or is it a good person? Do you believe this person is serious? Do I believe this company is even legit? If not, you're off. Any signs of we don't trust it? So we got to build trust and credibility. Then, right, got you, looks okay, looks decent. How it works, what is it? What can I get from you, from this person or company? What I get, consultancy, products, both? What do I need to do? Chat, what's in it for me? What's the value I can get from this website? And only then, how much does it cost? Only then, bless you, Paul. Only then is that. Don't show the price straight away. Oh, hold on, I've never met you. Imagine the conference, you went to a conference before. Someone comes to you with a business card. Would you tell them, that's my card, and we work 24/7, it's 500 an hour, buy now, buy now, buy now, buy now, buy now, there's a sale. Hold on, freak, hold on. I just met you, take it easy. So again, you cannot jump and sell, someone just landed on the website. They don't know you. You need to establish trust and understand those elements, and then you can talk about sales and money and all of that. So it's a step by step, like in a real life conversation. You wouldn't be selling in the first sentence. Okay, so similar concepts, which is again confusing, I think, a little bit. Then you can build a website. It's much easier to build a website than any time in history. Technically, it's easy. Technically, the challenge is not technically. Many platforms no need to reinvent the wheel or build from scratch. Absolutely not. I'm not going to go to the platforms today, no time, but they're there. It doesn't really matter which one you even use, to be honest. The thing is, content is king. It's about good content. What do I mean by that? You need a flow. How do you explain who you are? All those things, who you are, what you do, what makes you good, what can you get from me? The flow, the messaging, the USPs, unique selling points, what makes you different and better than the others. There's always others, there's always competition. The images, the videos you use to portray. And actually all of it you can take LinkedIn from. That's why I showed you LinkedIn before. All of it can be done on LinkedIn, on your personal page and the company page. You can actually do it for free. Make sure you nail it and then take it to the website. That's why I'm showing LinkedIn. It's a great place to start and try different things, and then take the same content and do it slightly different on the website. So that's why LinkedIn is again a huge and important key digital presence element, because you can practice for free there. Okay, that's the key. The content is the challenge. People underestimate the technical challenge overestimate the technical difficulty and underestimate the content, the work, the they need to do, not the developer, not the website builder, you or the business or someone owning that activity needs to do. And really think the marketing side of things. Okay. Then homepage. The big change was websites people go on mobile more than anything. Okay, they see you mobile. Websites become longer. You scroll, and you lose the menus. When you go mobile, the menus go away. There's no menus, right? You only have a small thing there. So your homepage is the most important page for new people that come in and get to know you. So everything you need that's important needs to be on the homepage. If it's not there, it doesn't exist. Okay, because people don't see that about me, what I do, the main thing about yourself, they're not going to go to the testimonial page or read about me page, because they're not going to go and check. Whatever they don't see on the homepage doesn't exist. Think about mobile also, there's no menus. So the world changed from those kind of websites, desktop, to mobile. So that's a very, very important thing, that everything which Mor's mentioning, a little bit of it, should be the homepage, and then learn more to a new page about us, all the story, services, all the services. Okay. And it can take no time. I wanted to show examples, probably not. It will take me too long. So that's the idea there, which is again a change from desktop version used to be, because again, mobile first. That's my kids. You see my kids through the presentation. That's a normal day, 3 screens actually, not even 2 but 3. So they can juggle many things, but it's a mobile world. Okay, most people today on any company's website on mobile more than desktop. They might buy on desktop later on, but they start on mobile usually. So not mobile only. You should still make sure that the desktop version is working well, mobile and desktop. The good news is most platforms cater for this responsiveness, but you still need to think mobile and desktop. But mobile is something we miss quite a lot. So it's something to bear in mind. Okay. No, I'm not going to show example because otherwise it takes too long. Unless there's any questions. And the last point here before questions is be yourself, the best version of yourself. Okay, people sometimes hide themselves. No, I'm not going to show it. I'm going to put myself. It's not me. It's the company. People want to see the people behind the business more than any time. If you're an Irish business, show them your Irish business. No one believes today if you're .ie, doesn't mean anything. Any company can buy .ie. Are you really a business in Ireland? Are you really based here? What's your story? What's your name? Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your business, about your company. People care about it. They want to know more and more who they're buying from. It's not someone in China who bought a domain .ie. So show that in the best version of, it's really encouraging, becoming more and more important. We are all different. That's my kids. They're very different people. And it's about showing what makes you different and better than the others. The more the better. Okay. Also at that point as well, try to avoid stock images. Okay. Real is always better. This is a real, even if it's not blurred, if it's a bit blurred and on the iPhone, fine. But real is better than stock. Everybody using stock images, the same stock, boardroom, people looking, saying, do faces like that, all consultancies look the same. Try to do something which stands out, which is more you sitting, you talking, you something else. Even if not the perfect professional image, it's still better. If you're stuck with stock, if you need stock sometimes, these are places, oh, this one moved. Unsplash, Fabric, a few others. You can source them, but try to find something interesting, not the first one that everybody else is using. It's about standing out, not blending in. Okay, something which is interesting. Questions on that? Does it make sense to build websites, effective websites? Not a website, an effective website is a challenge. Thoughts, questions, disagreements? No, yes, okay. Okay, all right. There are examples, but in the interest of time, I'll continue. Monica, give me a thumbs up. Okay, I'll take it. All right, carry on. So LinkedIn website, next one. The SEO and content, also something which people talk a lot about. SEO, search engine optimization, and content which are tightly related. Let's have a look at that. SEO, a big buzzword and complicated everything. It's a tricky topic. Try to break it down. That's us in the lyric here, of course. What is basically search? People searching, there's a search engine, Google, biggest one. There's prospective customer trying to find someone, there's a business owner or business. And all Google is trying to do is make those matches. That's what they make. That's all the purpose, really, is connecting those people together. That's really it, okay? So to do that, so we have an algorithm. We're trying to find which satisfies the robots and the person. So some people think, oh, the algorithm, let's write stuff for Google. So don't write for Google, write for humans. Google is trying to be human. Google, more and more and more, all the money they invest is trying to be human. What we, as humans, will try to find, which website will be actually the good answer to what we're actually trying to find online. So Google is trying to be us. So there's no reason for us to be Google. Think what a human person, whatever your customer, what will they search for? When they search for something that you can offer them. Saying consultants Dublin, consultants digital, consultants Ireland. What is the thing they use? Is Facebook, what are the key words they will actually use if they're searching? And then write content which will match that. And naturally the fit will happen. Build a good website, it will happen. So trying to work with both, but if you need to choose people over, always think people, don't think algorithm. Okay, there's a few things to do in the algorithm, we'll mention them, but generally speaking, don't do it for Google, do it for your customers, and that will make Google happy as well, as a rule. A few parts, slightly technical, just to know what it is, not going to go deeper into that, but if you hear the words and the terms, you'll know what it means. There's a few elements to SEO, just in high level mention them, not going deep more than that, okay? On page is everything which is on the site, is slightly technical. It's a bit of technical definition that needs to work right. So make sure they're not broken. Like it's tags and description of things and internal links, not broken links inside. If you click on a link and it's broken, you don't like it, right? As a customer, that's shady. So Google is checking all of that and saying, if the links are broken, it's probably not a good website. And they're right. And the URL structure at the top of it makes sense. Just a few technical bits to get right and make sure they're not broken. That's really it. Few technical elements, but some is not that technical. Mobile first, again, Google is checking how is your website doing on mobile. And again, you should check it yourself and make sure it's actually good on mobile, not stuff crumbling one after the other. no person is going to like it, and Google will rate you lower because of that. So Google, again, becoming human and human. User-friendly. Google actually checks if it's user-friendly. If the font is too small and no one can read that and things are blurry, it will punish you. So it's another reason to build the website well, really. Is it secure? Site not secure, no, people will not even go there. Chrome might even block them sometimes. Is it quick enough to load? If it's ages to load, would you wait? Wait, no, I move on. So everything is measured. Google is checking all of those elements, which you should measure anyway. So in many ways, Google is just forcing us to do what we need to do anyway. And again, no broken links outside. You click on Facebook and it's broken. So what the hell is that? Who is that company? Don't even check their own links. And that's it. So really just make sure the website is good and make sure those things are okay. Many chances you just tell your developer, hey, developer, make sure are this okay? Make sure that all of these things are okay. Then it's what's happening off your website. How many links refer to your site, and which are they? Is it Irish Times? Is it independent? Is it a local enterprise office referring to you? All of those things matter. That will get you higher and more authority and credibility in the eyes of Google and other customers as well. Main tip is, again, Google My Business. Google My Business is something every business should have. It's free, and it's automatically, it's a Google tool. So Google by definition gets you higher because you have that. LinkedIn and Google My Business are the best things to do to quickly make your SEO better. In other words, don't go and spending and write blog posts and pay someone to do audit before you've done proper LinkedIn and Google My Business on your company. That's kind of, I tell people, and I've seen a few of people spending even good money on that before doing the basics. So the basics, make sure those basics are in place. Now, one thing to remember, SEO is very, 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 very slow. If you're trying to be first on Google, if you even want to be first on Google, it might not be relevant. It takes a lot of time to really build content and start going up on Google rankings. So you want to fix the basics, but after that, it's a long, long, long process. The paid elements, which we'll talk about later, are far, far quicker to grow. So if you want to grow quickly, SEO is not the answer. Okay, it's a misconception. You need to make sure SEO is okay, but don't expect SEO to be a growth engine quickly for the business. It cannot happen. That's not how it works. It's a long-term investment, which you may or may not choose to do. Beyond the basics, I do not recommend companies to invest too much in it, unless there's a good reason for it, depending on what they do. But don't expect quick results. Also, technical issues, don't be afraid. You don't have to do it yourself. You don't have to do it at all, but you might want to check with your developer, whoever is in charge of it. Hey, how is the SEO in general? Check the SEO KPI, tell me everything is okay. Or tell me any issues. Again, Google has tools to automatically check. They have tools to quickly tell you issue here, broken link, wrong here, wrong there, and then just fix them. That's it. Usually that's all you need to do on SEO. Make sure there's no problems which can cause you and could hurt you. That's it. Okay, that's really SEO. Usually not a massive thing to deal into, except the basics. Last and bridging to the content area, good quality content is important. So what keywords people search for, you probably want to check that your keywords, your site actually mentions the keywords. Again, it should be happening naturally because you talk about what you do. We should be using keywords. But if not, it's probably something good to look, are you using the right keyword that they use? Maybe you call it something and they use other keywords. So maybe you should actually mention things in other terms they might be using. That's it. It needs to be up to date. The more you refresh the site with content, fresh is better. If you don't touch your website for years, it's not good. But in general, it's not good because you do need to update the website, because a good updated website is a good thing anyway. So it's about creating and updating and keeping there and basically using the content you have on your website as much as you can. Okay. Yeah. And what is content? Again, many people think content is blog post, blog. So actually it's far more than the blog. There's a lot more into it. There's a lot more. Every text and image and video you own and is yours is content. Example, any social media post is good. Any website pages, any page on the website is good content, should be. Any other websites that refer to you might have bio yourself or Scalping You, there's also content you can use. Any reviews you got is good content. Anything you got on your social media, on your laptop, somewhere might be good content to use. It's about leveraging everything that you got. Okay, so some question there. Josetta, How often should you update your website? There's no rule. The rule is whenever you have something to update on, so don't force it. But whenever there's something to change, like COVID requirements, for example, was a massive update many websites did. If you do have a new post, I'll show you an example from our website, an example there. Which again is only a website which is only doing what it needs to do. I'm going to show quickly an example. So quickly, not again, I show examples connected to the website as well. For example, credibility. We put here all the logos that shows we work with serious companies. For example, Waterford Chamber is there because I'm proud to be working with Waterford Chamber. People know it. Other companies, LEO, example of credibility. Another example is award and achievements. And you want to show people that you're okay, you're serious. LinkedIn recommendation, again, connecting LinkedIn to here. LinkedIn is public. So any recommendation on LinkedIn, by definition, you can use any way you want. So I actually copied recommendation to show, hey, we actually have a recommendation. Again, to establish credibility. So again, using content from LinkedIn on the site, because I can. That's Linda. Thank you, Linda. Linda was lovely, gave a recommendation. Thank you, Linda. I'm using it on the site as well, double. Okay. Again, talk about whatever access. We went very personal. That's our style. And blah, blah, remember to tell you all the elements. In family and stuff, we care about that. What can we do? And then, for example, to your point, these are all LinkedIn posts. We don't write blog posts because actually LinkedIn is much stronger to us than blog posts. Each one of them is a LinkedIn post. So this is us on UCD. So if you click on it, we took the exactly same post on LinkedIn and we put it again on here as a blog post. This is the post on LinkedIn. So I'm reusing the same content twice, double, straight away. And a similar post can go on Facebook with a few adaptations. So we had something to write. There was a reason. That's us UCD, talk about LinkedIn specifically. Same thing, go there, double. So the one effort, double and triple the impact. So it's really about using. So you update when you have something up, don't force it. If you do have something new to add, let's add it. Why not? If you don't. And it's, for example, we do update also once in a while those logos. For example, every time when we did with UCD is added here a few weeks ago. Waterford, after we work with Waterford. We might change later on if there's something new which is worth better than any one of those, we'll replace it. So it's a good, every time there's something better, replace it. That's basically it. Okay? But there's don't need to force it. That's okay? Good question. So everything you got is content. Social media, sometimes we have more than we think. So we can use it in multiple places, including the site. It's about leveraging what you got, adapting it, of course, not copy paste. Don't be lazy. Make adaptation to talk later. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, website. The same core content can go on all of them on the same time. Just small adaptation. Okay, that's the key. And again, same thing. Content is king. Again, reminder. It's all about that. What I mean again, relevant, well written, interesting, and visual. Images and videos should be there. Not only text. Text only is a bit weak. People don't read text these days. You want to blend the text with images and videos as much as you can because it's much more engaging to read. Think about yourself. No one likes to read chunks of text. It's boring. Try to avoid them. Okay? End up at finding your voice. It needs to be your style. You need to find it. And the way you write, the type of communication, funny, not funny, serious, professional. It's about trying that and finding the voice, which is again supporting your brand. And people get, do they like your style or not? If they don't, great. Don't need them. That's why you want it to be you, to be as the way your style is, because you want people that talk to you to have a good match to you. And if not, they should walk away. It's fine. Finding the right customers, what you're trying to achieve. So the more you write in your voice, in your style, the more you're you, the more you'll find people who want to work with you. So it has to match. Don't try to be someone else on your website. There's no reason. Okay? Be the best version of yourself. Okay? Where do we start? Again, there's different things. What you current state, again, what do I have already? Don't reinvent the wheel and do a new shoot and new images and spend thousands of, start what you got. What do I have on my phone? Website, social media, Google. You might find stuff from Google that you forgot. Oh my God, I won an award. Oh, great. I was featured in Irish Times. Great. Take it. Take a screenshot. Boom, award. Boom, Irish Times article. Great. Computer. Sometimes we have a lot of stuff on the phone. full of photos. Use them. See what you got before you start investing crazy money. Then what are the quick wins? What can we can quickly create a new post, a new page on the site, anything, frequently asked questions, a new update on the About Us page. What can I do quickly that the homepage changes that can make an impact? And then update. You can update stuff also. Just update the post, go the update, counts as fresh. You don't need to create new things. You can update. Easier, quicker, still value. Google values that equally. Okay, so again, don't go to massive projects. Quick wins. Try to find quick wins as much as you can. It's much easier, much better. Then you can gradually invest more time and money or whatever you want. Okay. Question about SEO, and I see a question from you. Paula, I like the idea of you writing, the idea of linking to LinkedIn from your site to read the full book. Great. But if LinkedIn does not like you linking from LinkedIn post off to your site, is that right? It wasn't clear totally. What I'll tell you is that you want to give them the full content anywhere on LinkedIn. So you need to, that's why you need to share with enough content for them to like you and engage. Like don't say, interesting blog post. No one cares. They're not going to bother to read it because no one likes to click links on LinkedIn. People don't like it. So
yeah, I think what I mean is that if you put an article or a post on LinkedIn,
yeah.
I have been told that LinkedIn doesn't like it if you link off the LinkedIn site.
So
even
it was
even with the full.
Yeah. So I know what you mean,
yeah.
but you don't need. I think the jury was out on this one. Some people checked it. Eventually, it was inconclusive. It was a time when I said, recently people are saying it's not the case anymore. The latest updates. I tell you what we know is people want to read the gist. Only some will bother to click the full link. So give them enough so they can like it, comment straight away. Some will actually click and bother, but don't force them to click and read because, as you know, no one really wants to read stuff for long. That's what works usually. From our experience, if you do that, that's fine. And you can LinkedIn will make the link in any way quite short, but it's okay. But you do need an image and you need something anyway. But you can also say, you know what, this is all I want to say. That's an image, no link, that's fine. Because you know what? Again, you actually want people to engage on LinkedIn more than going to a blog post. What can they do on your blog post, really? They go there and then no one sees that. So people actually moved away from blog posts to LinkedIn and then just using it other places. Because writing blog posts currently is writing a blog or LinkedIn, a post on LinkedIn will get you far more views. You've seen, I get between, I showed you my best one, but I get between 1,000 to 5,000 views, and I'm not a good writer at all. My wife is far better. I'm not a good writer at all, but I do it once in a while, not too often, only when there's something meaningful to say. That's a blog post, no one is going to read, really. People don't really do that a lot. So then you can maximize, but it's a good question. So that's the main thing. Jim asking, in general, do you need consent to add a logo of a partner or someone you have worked for? Not unless it's confidential. So I didn't ask any of those companies to work because I work with them. It's a known thing. You don't see the companies I work with them confidentially, of course. Like I consult to companies which no one knows about it, that's confidential. So clearly I cannot put it there. If that is the case, I do need to ask them, would you allow me to put it there? But all of those are public. The work I've done with them was public, so I don't need to ask for permission. I didn't ask Waterford Chamber to be because it's publicly known. Linda gave a connection on LinkedIn. We know work together. So that's the case. Good question. Also, the reviews, a review, you might get someone a review. They might tell you, I'll let you use my review without my name. Put my name, some A from Dublin. Fine. So take what they give you. Some will tell them, forget about it, all confidential, then you don't use that. Good questions. All right. Any more questions? Time is killing me. Oh my God, there's so much to say. And I can't speak too fast, otherwise you're going to lose me completely. Okay, let's continue though. I'm going to give you the main but good questions, which are encouraged. So do ask. Next one, Google Ads. Very quickly. Pay per click, PPC. Google invented that and made all the money on that. That's still how to make money. They pay per click. How does it look? I'll show you quickly how it looks on the real world. So, sorry, this one. Not see that one. Google Ads, you click off, refreshing. Nike shoes, you search Nike shoes, ads. Everything ads is ads, 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 ads. Everything not an ad is organic. This is SEO, no ad. This is paid. So Nike is paying. This is called Google Shopping, meaning there's a product. You click on a product, goes straight to product, buy, with the price and everything. This is normal Google Ads, text only, text. So Nike is paying, Lifestyle Sports is paying, JD Sports are paying to catch this search keyword for us to see the ad here. Okay, similar thing, Hootsuite, a company. Again, Google My Business will be here. Add Hootsuite, and the competitor Loomly also trying to catch us, and Hootsuite, for example, organic. That's Google Ads. That's how it works. And it can be, again, depending what you search for. Nike shoes is broad. North Face, Nike shoes, less. North Face, one for Nike shoes. Women's, very specifically, that's what they want. You can bid on each one you want and think which one I want to be found for. And then all of them. You can run campaigns or a campaign that catches all. But you might say, nah, too narrow, I want that. Or this is too specific, I want it. It's all a choice. It's a very, very powerful, also before that, very powerful tool. Usually the first paid ads and campaigns are Google Ads because you're trying to catch people with high intent. Usually the return on investment is the highest because you pay and you only pay per click. Someone actually searched, click on the ad and got to your website. But you pay for every click. So everyone who clicked here, we pay. Even if they bought or if they didn't buy, we pay for the click. If I'm clicking here, Hootsuite will pay Google, regardless of what happened next. But you only pay for the clicks. They don't pay for me seeing it. So many can see it. Only some will click, only some will buy. Usually very cost effective. She'll make good return on investment on your Google Ads. And that's usually a good place to start. Because people searching with intent to buy, and usually they buy. Enough of them will buy. It's a good place to start in for many companies. Okay. Another option people don't know is Google Display. You can put those banners. There's also Google, which is very different. This is like here. Oh, we had it. Independent, for example, or Irish Times or any other. So it's coming up. Sorry, it was already in that it's refresh. Sorry, it forced a refresh. Coming. Come on. That's the ad. Yeah, chicken. Who's that? Chicken of chicken. I don't even know who is it. Not a good ad. Still don't know. Ah, Irish food. Okay, that's an ad. No, don't know what is it. Took them too long. If I scroll down, I'll see them probably more. Yeah, again, another banner. So they follow me around. Never know them. Trying to catch me and interest me. I probably don't click on it, but I remember it in my head. Now I've seen it. I cannot unsee it. So I can reach many people. They don't click usually, but it's in their head. That's called display. You can reach many people with that. Needs to be good. Usually with animation like here. So with the right colors, the fonts, the logo, the image, and the text and animation usually. So you can do that. You can reach many people. It could be interesting. And you can do it for the first time this year, or you can do what's called remarketing. Meaning, if I've been to a site, then I go to Ashton, and then I will see it following me around. It's very effective. You can do that as well. 2 ways to use that. Okay, some people don't know it exists. Could be quite powerful to use. Any questions? Oh, some chats there. Happy chicken in Irish. Oh, really? Okay, but again, I don't know that, and many people won't. So I don't think it's a good ad. On a pay-per-click, someone clicks the same page a few times. Do you only pay for the first unique click? No, you pay per click. Every click you pay, you will pay for every click, but it's still okay. Happy chicken, okay. Pay-per-click. Sorry, couldn't resist. Okay. Very good, Paula. Okay. Pay-per-click. I missed it, Paula. Got it. Good. It's a new brand, not very well known yet. Okay, so they might be building the stuff. But again, the ad for me wasn't great. It took me ages to wait. No one is waiting. I did it for you, but I wouldn't just scroll down, you miss it. So they should have gone boom, quicker, I think, on the animation for my part. Okay, but they are building the brand. So again, now I know. Now I remember them. So they got my awareness, and they can follow me around. If I go to the site, they might follow me around later on. Okay, time is killing us. Moving on. Any questions? You already gave questions. I'm carrying on because I want to give you enough of everything. Let's move to other channels. Newsletter. Could be relevant, again, if you have enough subscribers, professional, you can do pop-up to kind of catch them. You can measure how many opened, how many clicked, what did they do. Only relevant if they have enough people there and good content, again, to send them newsletter at least once a month, for example. Need to fit with your marketing and content and everything. Could be relevant, maybe not. Don't do the pop-up when they start, when they open. Don't do the annoying pop-up. Comes out, boom, subscribe. What subscribe? Just landed here. Do it after 20, 30 seconds or after the scroll for a while. Don't do, it's terrible. Okay? No one likes it. You don't like it. They don't like it either. Many templates to use, MailChimp, Canva. No need to reinvent the wheel. Easy, technically easy to do. It's about the content. Test it, test it, test it. Don't send that. That's real examples. I have plenty of those. That's real emails I got. No subject, lorem ipsum. Good companies though. So they make mistakes all the time. Say test it, test it, test it. Don't embarrass yourself. Okay? Make sure it's been tested many, many times before you get out. Email cannot be, email once it's out, it's out. You cannot change it. It's already forever in the inboxes. Okay? That's the main thing. Short and sweet. Okay? Any questions on email? Quite common. All right? If you do, put them in the chat. Okay? Because I'm conscious of time. So shoot in the chat if you all just speak. Simple. Next one, very important. Facebook and Instagram. Very cool, very important, but not only cool, need to understand a few things there. Why be there? Because everybody is there. 3.2 million people on Facebook. No one left Facebook really. Don't believe the hype. Majority of us are on Facebook. Majority of customers are on Facebook. Whether they admit it or not, still there. And after that, Instagram. So everybody's there really, still. The young people going away, fine. Unless you're really aiming for very young people, you're still fine. Don't worry about that. We'll talk about TikTok later, but you need to work hard again to make money, to sell on Facebook. The funnel is still there. Only some follow, only very few actually see it. Only very, very few click, only very, very few do it, and only very, 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 very few actually buy in the funnel. So I'll talk about, but it's still there. So I think, oh, I have 1,000 followers. I put a post and I buy, sell to 1,000. Absolutely not. You're going to get only reach. A few of them only very few click. You might even not reach anyone. Okay? The funnel is strong. Compare LinkedIn to Facebook. LinkedIn we talked about. Facebook is not too far. You can do business there. Not those elements, but a lot of those elements, you can still promote yourself and your business with Facebook if you blend the personal and the business together. The main thing that Facebook is the best marketing machine on the planet. Okay, LinkedIn is great for organic. Don't pay, use it with real people. Facebook is make money on us paying them for ads. Let's understand the difference. Okay, the difference is reach. You cannot reach people organically really on Facebook. You reach 3 to 5%. Only see what you post organically. 3 to 5%. That's it. You want more, pay. Facebook wants some money. That's how they make money. Okay. When you pay, the reach is a whole different level. So pay for boosted post. You can boost a post, first step, or you can run proper ads. That's why you actually, if you want to get sales on Facebook, you need to pay. Organically, it's all nice and well. That's not the way to make money. Let's talk about organic still. You can do it for CRM, stay in touch, build personality, build your brand. It's all nice. Don't expect to get out of sales from organic. It's a big misconception. Facebook and Instagram are cool and nice. Do them nice, do well. Don't expect sales from organic. It's a big disappointment for many companies. Do the likes, comments, shares, build all of it. Cool. Do it on Instagram as well, which is very much visual, okay? But to make money, you need to do ads. What do I mean? Quickly. Facebook, it's all reloading to me. Sorry, it was ready. It just chose to reload. Apologies, it was already. Facebook, okay? It's very tough to reach people organically and sell there. What you will find is, again, HubSpot are paying. This is where they get 16,000 people like this, 208,000 comments. There's no way to achieve it organically. They pay. Organically, no one cares. If I go to HubSpot organically, there's nothing there. A lot less than that. Okay, I'm sure also our own company. That's all. Damn it. It's all reloaded. That's all. It's all active. Can't stop the internet. It's all moving. This is organic post we've done. Look at that. 13. This is paid. 17, 4,000, 4,000. It's a whole different game. That's only a boosted post, not even an ad. It's a whole different level of reach. Organic versus paid. Again, sorry, kill that. That's HubSpot organically. That's HubSpot when they pay. All different level. Shani, stop answering, Shani. It's my wife talking to her on the parallel. Okay, whole different level. So to get, and Instagram is about, again, same thing. You can get organic, it's okay, but you want to make sales, you probably need to pay to get good ads to sell. Instagram is about the hashtags, reminder. Facebook is not about the hashtags. So don't do the same post on both, try to adapt a little bit, okay? Paid, it's money versus time. When you pay, you can find the right people, very, very specific, find them, convert them, but you need an expert to do it with you, probably, otherwise it's very, very tough to do on your own. If you start paying on Facebook, get someone who knows how to do it. Well, we'll talk about suppliers towards the end. So the main thing is remembering to get sales, you need to pay. Facebook, Instagram, you can get some CRM and stuff in Google organically, but don't expect to get money in the bank from that because it's all moved to the paid. Questions on that? I see something coming there. Is paying the same as getting a professional account? No, but to be able to pay, you need to have a business account. You can't pay on post on your own personal profile. So you need to have a business page, and then you can pay on ads on the business page. So Monica, that's the answer. But only having our company page is not, it's still organic. You need to get really the reach and everything. Again, practice on organic and then get to see, you know it. When you start getting serious sales, try booster post, see how it goes, and then try ads, which it's really about making sales. You can do the same, you can reach new people or remarketing. Same thing, if someone went to the site, you can show them those people ads later on, which is very effective. So again, you can do both, reach new people, awareness, and do remarketing of people. Few more things. Let's talk about the small ones, which you should not do as priority. Twitter, no one is really seeing value on Twitter. You can do it, you can be there, it's fine and cool. I do Arsenal and music and fun stuff. Don't expect any business on Twitter in general. It's very, very hard to get business on Twitter, really. So you can be there if you want, but don't expect to make actually business. Many people have moved away. Only a few companies really invest in it. No small company I know is trying to make business there. YouTube, again, very tough to get actual business. It's part of Google, of course. But again, before you do Facebook well with videos and Google, don't touch it. If you maximize Google ads and Facebook, you can consider YouTube. Until then, don't. You can use it for your own purposes and have videos, fine. But real money, getting sales, very hard to do. Not high priority. Pinterest, again, if you're into creative, do-it-yourself kind of stuff, you can be there. But hardcore sales, only if you're really into it, you spend a lot of time there or you pay. Don't do it top priority before you do the other stuff. TikTok, again, very cool, lots of noise. No one is making money on TikTok yet. It's very new. Don't touch it. Before you can master Facebook and Instagram, don't touch TikTok with a stick. It's a very difficult. You need to really be and doing the TikTok advertising and all of that. Don't. You can try it and be there a little bit, but you don't need to invest in TikTok before you nail all the others. So don't believe the hype. It's cool, it's nice, but for business, to make money, no one is making money on TikTok yet. In the future, maybe. Currently, not. Questions? But immediately we'll talk about a few more things and we'll open. So there, thank you. Twitter can be good for media contacts, getting stuff in the papers or on air. You probably need a bit more than that. You need to actual contacts to talk to them to actually get you there. But again, you can manage contacts and everything. It's good to do.
You often get journalists asking for names of different businesses, blah, 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 looking for stories about, you know, in tourism or food or fashion or crafts or things like that, depending on what you're selling. But it's more about awareness than other things.
Exactly. No, I'm talking about some hardcore sales. I mean, selling products on e-commerce and some things. That's not the place to do that. Reaching to people, make connections, like I do that as well. That's fine. But it's more kind of like, yeah, did that in LinkedIn, really know people and contacts and business development, sales and stuff like that. Yes, that's valid. Yes.
And another thing I heard that YouTube is excellent for SEO when you link to your website. Is that right?
Yeah, so use videos on your site there, but again, don't expect this video to sell for you. That's kind of what I mean. You can embed videos on the site and link to YouTube. Yes, that you're right, because Google will find those YouTubes. That's why it's good to have YouTube videos, but don't expect to sell on those YouTube videos. So use it, but expect, again, different expectations. You're right. Okay. a few things to sum it up. How do you decide then what to do? Ask yourself, who are the customers? Where are they? If you're selling only to 18 years old, maybe you should look at TikTok. But most of us are not selling to 18 years old. That's why TikTok is not relevant for us. If you're actually selling only to 18 to 25, then you might need someone to really understand TikTok and start doing stuff there. If you're not, don't. Where are they? How do you sell to them? Where are they? Based on that, decide where to invest. Okay. How many do you need? 1, 2, 5, 5,000, 5 million. Based on that, also depend where you want to go, how much you want to spend money. Talk about that. That's very important. Customer lifetime value or lifetime value. How much is worth to your customer? That's important to understand. €1, 50 euro, or 5 million. Based on that, it's how much you want to invest in getting them and retaining them as well later on. How much you're willing to put money to get them. Which leads me to the question: ROI, not Republic of Ireland, which I love, but return on investment. Okay, which is how much money you make divided by how much money you spend. Digital marketing is a profit-making activity, not a cost center. Not how much you spend, how much you make. If you don't make money with digital marketing, something is wrong. Change it. You need to make money and grow the business profitably. If not, something is wrong. And stop. Digital marketing is a growth engine, profitable, not a cost center that loses money for the business. That's a fundamental thing I want you to take away. It's a money-making machine. You need to build it like that, and if not, change it. But it's almost, the only ask is 1 or 2 or 3, for every euro you make, you spend, how much you want to make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 10. That's your choice. Then go and make it happen with the right people. But it's there's different activities will give you more ROI or more revenue or more small different activities. You can look at different activities and different channels will give you different things. It's a mix. All of them can be valid, but if it's something in the right, don't touch it. If it's low revenue ROI, that's just don't do it. Okay. And again, look at the cake. All the money you spent on Google and Facebook and time on LinkedIn, how much you use time and money, how much you get in return. Where do you get customers to actually get money in the bank? And you look at all of it and see what's working, what's not working, and optimize it. What will help you with that? Data. There's plenty of data. So people say with that data, it's just a personal opinion. Yes, but my take on it is also without an opinion, just someone with numbers. So don't lose your instincts and your intuition in your business gut. You know a lot. Keep it. Connect it to your business. Look at both. You have a lot of experience with business people. Use it. Don't get lost in numbers. You need to support that. A few things to look at very quickly. Trying to be on time-ish. A few more minutes and we're finishing soon, hopefully, promise. You can look at all the things, and again, your supplier needs to show you, or your team should show you how many impressions we got, how many people have seen, how many click through that, how much was the cost, pay per click, cost per click, how many converted to sales, how much you're paying for that. All of those elements you want to know, you want to see them. The way to look at it quickly, you can get quickly, I'll show you, is you want to look, this one is Google Data Studio. It's a great tool that's showing you in real-time dashboards how everything is going. That's an example. You can get it for free from Google, and your team or supplier should give you that. You can see quickly, example, how is everything going? What's going on the site? Where do we get people to come from the site? How much we pay? How much money we make? All of it should be accessible to you all the time. It's possible to do. It's easy to do. You need to get on top of it. Or you can look at Google Analytics as well as an example for a company. Analytics also, how we're doing compared to last year, where people come from, paid search, organic search, all of it should be at your fingertips all the time. If not, something is off. Okay, last point, and we conclude. Suppliers. The main thing is everybody needs to be managed very, very, very closely. Don't let them BS you. They need to be managed. So you need to think, who do I need? What can I do in-house? What do I need someone to do? If you start paying big money, probably need an expert to do it, either in-house or an agency. And then don't let them bullshit you. Again, you trust them, communicate well, and they need to get you results. If not, change them. How to pick them? You need recommendations and reviews from them. Check what they've done. Take the cost. Take a shop around. Get a few options. I know it looks like a needle in a haystack, but it's okay to do it. Do it properly. Don't rush. Find the right suppliers for you or in-house people that you need to hire. And make sure, again, do not agree to anything you don't understand. Don't let them bullshit you, okay? If you don't understand, ask them to explain again. If they still give you fluff, send them away. Digital marketing is simple, not rocket science. That's it. Last question before we conclude. Last chance. Anything, anyone? Thank you very much. Thank you, Monica. Last option before I give you the summary. Anything? Okay. So it was a lot. I know it was a lot. Okay, then let me conclude. I want to show you one thing which I thought would be relevant to you if you want to know more about that. Though it might be, so I want to show you and I'll share my screen. If you want to know more, which me speaking slower than that, that's a course we do, which is all of it with the local enterprise office in Dunleary. It's open to everybody in Ireland. I was about to show it to you and then it got booked out completely. There's going to be more of that later on this year. There's 2 more coming and it's open to everybody, including Waterford. So put it in the chat in case you want to have a look. To all of you, have a look, and that's everything we talked about. There's a lot more of it. So I try to give you basically a sneak peek of that if you want to know more, or if you want to ask Waterford to do that as well. But this is open, it's later on this year. And to conclude, before I leave you today, a few things to remember. To be a lion, okay? These are the things. Digital supporting your business strategy and goals, not separated from it. How many customers and where are they is the main question to ask yourself. Based on the answer, you do or don't do anything. It's all about the return on investment. It's a profitable activity. Digital marketing has to be. You need to prioritize and focus and build a plan. Don't run around and try to do everything. Content is king. Quality content always wins. It's about quality, not quantity. Use data to keep improving and monitor what you're doing. Is it working really? Get experts, but manage them very closely, or hire them and manage them closely. Don't let them do whatever they want. And there's no shortcuts. People promise you the moon, it's too good to be true. It is not the case. But if you put time and effort, you will get results on digital marketing always. But not in a day. It'll take a bit of time and then you start more and more results coming in. Okay? Last tip, don't be afraid, or be afraid, do it anyway. All right? And thank you very, 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 very much for the time today.
Thank you.
Right, thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Jim. Thanks for your time. So we're slightly over time, it was a lot. All right.
Thank
The
you.
best. Feel free to connect, ask questions or anything else. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. See you again soon.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.